people! Each and every
Welcome to the April 13th edition of Adrenaline Unleashed Siphoned, your backstage pass to AU. Now last month we had a couple visitors, and one of them, Ballistic Brent Myers, took on El Torito Juventud in the opening match. Tonight we had Ballistic Brent Myers coming from Chicago, Illinois, taking on El Torito Juventud. It's been over a year since we've seen you, Brent. You left with a victory, and you came back with a victory.
Does that surprise you? Why do you say it like you're surprised, like you're shocked? Huh? Why is that? Why is that?
Looking down there, your ankle. You hurt your ankle.
My ankle. Let's not worry about my injuries. Let's worry about the injuries that I'm going to inflict on a bunch of these jabronis that are running around here calling themselves superstars.
You mean like El Torito or Sin City Fury?
El Dorito, whatever his name is, I wipe the mat with him. I'll wipe the mat with everybody that's put before me. Whether it's Sin City Fury, doesn't matter who it is. I will always come out on top, one way or another.
These horns, the same ones you're looking at, have gone through opponents of all kinds, all shapes and all sizes. Last month, I went up against SoCal veteran Mondo Vega. Tonight, I went up against East Coast veteran Ballistic Brent Myers. Just a few months ago, I went up with Swiss legend Ares. And every time in between those matches, on those matches, I've ended up on my back. But every time I've gotten knocked down, I've gotten right back up. Right back up from the legendary losing streak of El Torito Juventud, where the legendary heart of El Torito Juventud is going to keep beating until the top, beating until everybody sees that all the work I've done for everything I've tried, every time I've gotten back up, every time I've gotten beaten, I've never given up, I never will give up. Horns up, head strong, and ready.
At Las Vegas Streets in October, Ali Parker debuted in a match against Alexa DeLuca, where Parker was victorious. And last month, Alexa DeLuca had a chance at redemption.
1, 2, 3.
You got stains all over your carpet, couch looking nasty, emergency flood extraction needed, no job too big or small, scrub buds can clean it all.
Now in a surprising turn of events, the Flippos teamed up to take on Intimidation Inc. However, we would learn by the end of this match that the word intimidation is closely synonymous with the word domination.
What the hell's going on these days? The Flippos? They throw a couple 80-pound one-piece lucha libres our way? Are things really running that slim around here?
I think they are. We took out their golden boy Sin City Fury. Now we took out the Flippos. What's next for Intimidation Inc.?
What's next for Adrenaline Unleashed is a better question. We're running through people, running through him, we'll run through her. It doesn't matter. Bottom line is you need to start finding some talent around here. Something to keep us busy. So we're getting a little bored. And when Intimidation Inc. gets bored, things get bad for everybody else around here.
Exactly. Adrenaline Unleashed, you're going to find out that intimidation is always a factor.
80-pound luchas.
Now if you've been keeping up with us here at Adrenaline Unleashed, you'll know that Bryce Slavin hasn't been around lately. And he had a match with Jace Battle last month. But first we should take a look back into January and see what Bryce Slavin had to say back then.
You see, this month marks 11 years. 11 long years since I first started in this business. 11 years ago, I stepped through those ropes into my very first ring. 11 years ago, I laced up my first pair of boots.
11 years ago, you won your first ball playoff.
Now looking back on these past 11 years, I don't have much regrets. I've wrestled the best. I've hung out with the best. Legends, all of that. I've had some highs, and I've had my lows. Can't disagree with that. I mean, hell, it's getting to the point now to where it's getting almost impossible to roll out of bed in the morning. These knees, this back, just ain't the same as they were 11 years ago. So over this last month, since we had our little steel cage match, Team Slavin, Team Misfit, I've had some time to think and I've had some time to reflect. Now I can honestly say that whether you booed me, you cheered me, you showed up, I respect that and I thank you. I thank every single one of you. From you, to you, to you, and yeah, you. So there I was thinking, 11 years ago I laced up my first pair of wrestling boots. Is this going to be the day that I hang them up? Is this going to be the day, the last time you see me in a ring?
And if you were there last month, you saw that Slavin didn't miss a step technically or brutally.
In the camera, man. Scream in the camera, man. Come on.
I thought I was ready. I thought I was here. I thought I was ready to do it. I just came off this huge win off of Extreme thing. I finally buried Sizzling Jacob Slay, and I come, and then, boy, Bryce Slavin, he makes his return, and he hasn't lost a step. I'll tell you that. But you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm a little mad. I'm a little upset that I lost the match because that I'm not losing again. But you know, hey, that's whatever. It's cool because something happened out there, and it's been something that I've been missing. It's that excitement, that fire. That was a hard-hitting match, and I hurt badly right now. But that's exactly what I wanted. When I came here, what I wanted was a challenge. And you know what? Bryce Slavin, he gave it to me. You know what? He is a despicable man, and I would never invite him over to have lunch with me and my family, but you know what? He gave me a good match. And that's what I'm looking for in Adrenaline. But let it be known, the losing ends here. Because now, I'm prepared for battle.
Alright, fortunately, we've been able to get a hold of Bryce Slavin today. Now, we haven't seen Bryce since December. That was his last match. We did see him in January, but his last competition was in December. Bryce, why the long break?
First of all, you're going to be one of the worst interviewers in the history of this business. Your questions mean nothing to me, okay? But I will let people know where I was, why I came back, and what my goals are, okay? You see, 4 months ago was December, 6 Sides of Hell. I couldn't get the job done with Tommy Misfit, now could I? I couldn't win that big one, or at least that's what I've been hearing everybody else say. I came back in January, contemplating hanging up the boots. 11 years in this business takes a toll on the body, believe me. Contemplating hanging them up, and I said, no, you know what? I'm not going to retire. I'm not going to walk away. I have unfinished business left still to do at Adrenaline Unleashed. You see, I took this time away to kind of clear the cobwebs a little bit. And what I realized was, I was aiming my sights here. Tommy Misfit on that ladder was here. Maybe, just maybe, I need a bigger ladder. That's where my mistake was. See, I aimed for Tommy when I should have been aiming for here.
So you mean the Adrenaline Unleashed Wrestling Championship? Angus McField?
Once again, you're just full of all the bright questions tonight, aren't you? Tommy Misfit, right here. My goal is here. That's all I gotta say. Jace Battle, tonight you were just a stepping stone. You were just me to knock off the rust and get back to what I do best. And that's taking people out. Tommy Misfit was here, my sights are now here. I got big things in play. That ladder just got bigger. It's just got real.
Make sure to head on where there is a family tradition of fine American food over at Eggworks.
The Mayan Warrior and Ares both had the chance to focus their anger onto two other opponents. First, the Mayan Warrior took on Nefasto, where the Mayan Warrior showed us how strength and cunning really can help you out in a match. 3. Later on, Ares would take on Unam, where the better half of the match was probably taken outside of the ring.
Weeks ago, I got my own briefcase smashed in my head. Tonight, I lost to Una. I don't know what's going on. I was the rising star. No, not the rising star. I was the shimmering star. I was the star. The only star of Adrenaline Unleashed. And look how far I've fallen. I'm at the crossroads. Maybe I have to take some time off, find myself, find my strength, find my anger, and bring it back. Because I think that's what I want. Ares needs to find his anger, bring it back, and start winning again. And I can guarantee you, the next time you'll see me here, I'm not only gonna be better, and stronger, and faster, I'm also gonna be more furious, more angry, more determined, and I'm gonna win again. And at the end of the day, I will still be the only star that has ever been in Adrenaline Unleashed.
In this month's edition of The Cockpit, host Tommy Purr would interview the eccentric Lion, and Purr was determined to get out of Lion why he has been treating Tommy Misfit like he has been over the last couple months.
Mikey.
I don't hate Tommy Misfit. Don't hate him one bit.
You don't hate him. You hit him and still cheer him right in front
I knew a kid that came to me a couple years ago, didn't know anything in the ring, took him under my wing, taught him everything he knows. Brought him up the ranks, took him to a championship, carried him through that, watched his back the whole time, got him a title. Sit down. Once you're champion, you got a lot of people that start gunning for you.
That's true.
He's still my friend.
After you hit the chair. After you lost the title, you still call him my friend.
Hey, you know, certain things need to be done. Sometimes there's disagreements. I just chalk that up as a disagreement. I'm tired of bringing people up. I'm tired of making people who they are. I'm tired of making people so good where they actually go on to become champions. They go on to do other things. But what am I left with? Dealing with their BS and their drama in the end? If I'm such the puppet master, I'm going to start pulling my own strings right now. I brought it here. You got someone here that's a champ that basically I pulled a string for? Alright. Let's see what strings I have. I think I'm going to start turning things around to favor me.
But what do you What do you mean by that?
Siphoned would catch up to the eccentric Lion to get some more awards after the cockpit, but the look in his eyes told all.
Tommy Misfit would be given the opportunity to take on the sizzle of the House of Muse, James Slay, for the #1 contendership for that coveted belt he wants and loves so badly, the Las Vegas Championship.
I wasn't doing anything! How about you do your job? How about you do your job?
Point that camera at me, but who you should be talking to is your new #1 contender who just beat the former longest reigning, most defending Las Vegas champion in the history of professional wrestling. So why don't you let him talk and I'll just be in the background around here.
Thank you, Muse. It's about time I started getting some respect around here. You know, since the day one, the Sizzling One has stepped in the ring at Adrenaline Unleashed. I've been putting in more work than 98% of that roster. But I keep getting dumped in the back. Why? I don't know. I guess they just don't like the sizzle. But I'll tell you what. I took the opportunity that I had. I joined with the House of Muse, and now look at me. I beat Tommy Misfit. No matter what kind of excuses he wants to say, I beat him. Nobody else. He wants to come out and give me a cheap shot after the match? Yeah. Upstanding guy. That's why I won. And now on to the current Las Vegas champion, Gabriel Busan. Well, I have a lot of respect for you, Busan, but you're now in the Sizzling One's way. And whatever's in my way, I crush. Ask Misfit, ask the STD, ask Hoovertube. Hell, ask Jace Battle. Yeah, he got a victory. Yay. He didn't do so good against Slavin. Why? Because he ain't the Sizzling One. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody has what this Sizzling One has. I am the shiniest supernova in professional wrestling. I am the new era of Adrenaline Unleashed, and I will be your next Las Vegas champion. Sizzle out.
Busan, your end is near. Let us rejoice.
Water, please, please. Jesus. Are you kidding me? Really, Lion? Really? On my road back to the Las Vegas title, you want to screw me the first chance you get against the Sizzling One, James Slay? Really? Really, buddy? As if you have not made this as personal as you can. You want to come and undercut me one more time? You see, Lion, you're gonna get yours, buddy. Because you are gonna get wrecked.
What kind of sandwiches does the slide through have that you need? The Chicky Boom? The Buffalo Soldier? Well, make sure to head over onto slidethrough.com to see the location of their truck.
The birthday gods would grant one of Swade Thompson's wishes in the form of a title shot at the Las Vegas champion Gabriel Busan. But later on we would catch up to Gabriel Busan, and you would think after talking to him that he thinks himself as a birthday god.
Go to bed, GTV! Whatever Swade does!
April 13th is supposed to be my day, the day of birth of Swade Thompson. But what happens? I have my own move, the Carl Perkins driver, used on me by the Las Vegas champion Gabriel Busan. It's okay. It's fine. I may have been distracted before a match. Was I too swayed from last night partying? Or was I distracted on the tag team division where I belong? See, the past couple of months, Dylan Griffin, Mr. Dogood, and I have been hitting a roadblock in the name of Intimidation Inc. with that little rodent, that ferret, Jason Mewes. I don't even know why these people listen to what he says. He's insane. Anyway, that roadblock's gonna stop. I didn't see them at Extreme Thing, and they sure didn't want anything with us tonight. But I guarantee you, May 11th, if they're not already booked against someone or they already have a match, I'm coming after them with Dylan. If not, all's good in the world. But until then, y'all, sit back, drink your Swaderade, and get swaded.
From this moment on, I am wrestling and defending this coveted Las Vegas title under protest until each and every one of you erect statues in my likeness in front of your TVs at home, front and center. The very details, handcrafted with mastery of foreign arts. My headband better be made of stone, but yet flowing with the wind. This is the least you owe me for all that disrespect after all I've done to entertain you. You can best believe you are in the era of Busan, and you will respect me for what I do for each and every one of you. Because right now, remember that moment. Remember, this is the last time you're gonna see me give it my all in there. Because quite frankly, none of you are worth it.
In a Rockin' Adrenaline Unleashed Wrestling Championship match, champion Angus McField would have to defend his belt against the second visitor to AU that night, Billy Blade.
Die, you son of a... Death to all but metal!
Here's your winner and new Adrenaline Unleashed Wrestling Champion, Billy Blade.
Have a fair fight, and you go ahead and ruin it by playing dirty. Guess I should have expected as much. Well, that's fine, because come next month, Billy, I'm coming back for my title.
Look what I got. Billy Blade, the new Adrenaline Unleashed heavyweight champion. And it looks like Angus rode the win, and you're never gonna win again. I tried to give you something to believe in, and you fell short. But I understand that you get a rematch. So May 11th, I'm back, and when push comes to shove, I'm the Rock of Love. What got you so jumpy?
Thanks to all who came out and supported your favorite Adrenaline Unleashed wrestlers, and make sure to come out on Saturday, May 11th to continue supporting them at the Las Vegas Roller Hockey Center.